Good afternoon, beautiful, powerful women on social media. I pray this video finds you well and in good spirit. I want to take out the time again. I just want to say, ladies, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really, really appreciate it. And I want to add a special thanks to those who are not just watching them, but also sharing them. I received some really good news this past week or this Monday about a young lady saying that I help her when she watches my videos. So I'm ecstatic. I am ecstatic about that. I am ecstatic about that. Okay, so I'm not gonna prolong the time, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with our topic, and it's just basically the continuation of what legacy are you leaving? What's gonna be said about you when you expire? You all, God gave us one life, one life. And it's unfortunate that a lot of us are not being good stewards over that one life. And having one life and not knowing when you're going to expire should really motivate us to want to do better as far as how we conduct ourselves, the way we think, all those things. He allotted us one life, and for some of us, we just, for lack of a better term, we just screwing it off. We're just screwing it off. Excuse me. So your legacy doesn't start. Your legacy needs to start immediately. It really does. You need to. It needs to start immediately. We need to start doing things like differently, like yesterday. Seriously, because we only have one life, and we're clueless to our expiration date. So we got to do better, ladies. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, we have looked at some women in the educational department from the book that I used, Contributions of Black Women to America. We we looked at some women also in the like I said, the educational piece and in the science piece. Now we're going to look at a woman in the political piece, the government. She was in the government and in the political arena for that, basically the political arena. And her name is Miss Shirley Chisholm. Miss Shirley Chisholm, in my opinion, is a boss chick. She's a boss chick. Miss Shirley Chisholm, first of all, is the author of two books. One called Unbought and Unbossed, and she wrote that in 1970. And then she wrote another book called The Good Fight in 1973. Miss Shirley, and I'm not even doing her platform any justice. Miss Shirley was the first black woman in the entire nation to be elected as a U.S. House representative. First black woman in the entire nation to be elected as a U.S. House representative. Boss chick stuff. That's boss chick stuff. Boss chick stuff. This pseudo sophisticated crap, that's exactly what it is. Fake sophistication. So, Miss Chisholm also had a master's degree in early childhood development. But reading her bio, she was more in the political arena than she was in the child care development. But this is what she did. This is what I took from it when I read. She used that degree to push the daycare legislation. So she didn't actually work in the field that she went to school for. She found herself in a political field, but she was a smart woman. She used her degree to push the daycare legislation. Boss chick. Then, in 1972, y'all, this woman sought after the nomination for presidency. She sought after, or she sought after, the nomination to run for president of the United States of America in 1972. Miss Shirley Chisholm. Boss chick. Okay? That's boss chick stuff. Okay? 1972, I was what? 1 year old? I ain't never heard of Miss Shirley until I started reading this book. Oh my goodness, that's good. The women before us were some bad women. They were some bad women. And as I said before, I am encouraged. I am so encouraged from this book. Y'all just, oh, I'm so encouraged. Okay, so let's move on because I'm already 6 minutes in. Now, not only did she seek the presidential nomination, this kind of raised my eyebrows when I read it. But she was the only female and the only black female who had breakfast with President Carter every 2 weeks. I would have loved to have been that fly on the wall to hear the conversations that went on between Miss Shirley and President Carter. Yeah. Even if not the fly, the person, the CIA person, because you know they have to have CIA around them all the time. Oh, I would have sucked up their conversation. I would have took it all in. The only black woman to have breakfast with President Carter every 2 weeks. Now, isn't that special? That he would take out the time to have breakfast with this phenomenal woman. Boss chick. Let's move on. Now, we talked about women in the political arena, in the educational department, and in the science department. Now I'm just gonna briefly go over the in the medicine department. First of all, y'all, we excelled in medicine way before we was brought over here, way before our ancestors were brought over here. I am a person. Excuse me. I had all my children by cesarean, and I asked, what did women do before modern medicine, who had hard times delivering natural? And I never did get an answer until I read this book. How about I found out that our African ancestors brought over to the United States of America the surgical procedure of a C-section. That blew my mind. That blew my mind. Y'all have to excuse me. My background, that's my phone ringing, but I'm not gonna answer it. I forgot to put it on what do you call it? Do not disturb. So if y'all can deal with that while I talk, that's good. So basically, I want to talk about how we excelled in the medical field. We excelled in the medical field way before way before we were brought over here. Our what I take from this, our medicine was far advanced in European medicine. When we came over here, we served as midwives. Our ancestors served as midwives, and we excelled as in the midwife area. We delivered not only the children of the slaves, they also delivered the children of their masters. Um, their masters. Also, midwives was self-trained. And I'm gonna go back to what I said last week. Nobody should be walking around here dumb when we got information at our fingertips. Nobody. Look at our history. We are a powerful people. And I'm not even talking about the race. I'm going to just focus the women. We are powerful, y'all. We are so powerful. And we were built to last and we were built to endure. We are powerful women and we're smarter than we know. Get off my little tangent. But anyway, going back to the midwife, our ancestors was known as the priestess of healing art because again they were good at what they did. Then as the years went on, we transitioned to nurse midwife, and that with the nurse midwife we were we got our training on a more um structural basis accompanied with our self training. And I'm quite sure a lot of the women didn't just, they continued to self train and put two and two together and came up with four. And we just excel. We just excel. We was pretty much next to the doctors, but we didn't get that recognition because of the color of our skin and because of our gender parts. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all, but that's good. So I'm just gonna run through like two women. One woman, her name is Miss Helen Sullivan Miller. She held the honor of being the first Black woman to receive the gubernatorial appointment. The gubernatorial appointment as an RN. As an RN of North Carolina. Under her leadership, which she held this position from 1966 to 1970, under her leadership at North Carolina Central University, excuse me, under her leadership, they were accredited because she ran the stuff so well. Then I want to look at another woman. Her name is Miss Rebecca Lee. Now, Miss Rebecca Lee, now this is going all the way back. Miss Rebecca Lee was the first Black woman to be a doctor, and not just be a doctor, but a practicing doctor back in 1876. She graduated from New England Female Medical College, and she established her own successful practice in Richmond, Virginia. She established her own successful practice in Richmond, Virginia. Now, ladies, I know these women, that I am referencing from as an example of leaving a positive legacy. Some of them are dead, but their legacy is still alive if we open up a book and read it. And that's my whole point. I am just trying to get us to a place of wanting to do better, and not just wanting to do better, actually taking the steps to do better. These women, for lack of a better term, these are boss chicks to me. Wearing a pound of makeup and 2 pounds of eyelashes and having the bad body and the nice clothes. Nothing against those kind of women, but to me, that's not boss chick stuff. That's not about wearing somebody else's name brand. Make up your own name brand. But I'm going to go ahead and close out. I pray again that these videos help someone. I ask that you continue to enjoy your day and know that I love you and God loves you more. Be blessed.